Hello, my name is Emily and I am in Paris for just one day. People call Paris the city of light, the city of love, or the fashion capital. Paris feels like a living museum where every street corner holds a bit of history and every view is worthy of a postcard. Here's a little bit of introduction about me. While there are many sights to see, no trip to Paris is complete without standing before the Eiffel Tower. Originally, it was built for the 1889 World's Fair. It was once the tallest structure in the world. Today, it remains the ultimate symbol of French ingenuity and romance. Since I am only here for a day, I went to the base of the tower at Port de la Bourdonnais and got on one of the boats for a lunch cruise of the Seine River. This is the perfect starting point for sightseeing because the Seine River acts as the main artery of Paris. A river cruise allows you to see many of the architecture without the stress of city traffic. From the water, you will glide past the Louvre Museum and the famous pyramid, Musée d'Orsay, the Notre Dame Cathedral, and grand palaces. The riverbanks is designated by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. You get a perspective that you simply cannot get from land. Here at the port, there were a lot of tour buses that dropped off tourists to board the mini cruise boats. It took about 20 minutes of waiting in line before you are seated, but it was worth it. We boarded the Bateau Parisiens for a lunch cruise. The boat has windows all around so you can see the sights while cruising. Dinner cruises offer different service levels based on seating location and menu options. As part of your meal, you can have 3 wine drinks, either red, rosé, or white wine.
It's good. I'm not much of a wine drinker. It's real light. Real sweet, yeah. Real light.
Along with cheese stick appetizer, the first course was chicken pâté, which is chunks of chicken, pistachio, and apricot wrapped in a crust and with some leafy greens. Then the braised beef with potatoes and gravy, and then dessert. It was delicious. Continuing on, we passed the most extravagant bridge in Paris, Pont Alexandre III, decorated with ornate lamp and gilded bronze statue. There are 37 bridges and footbridges that connect the two halves of Paris. The Louvre Museum is the world's largest art museum. It is home of 35,000 artwork on display, including Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. This was a fortress and a palace at one time that turned into a museum. It will take you days to see everything. An admission for non-EU visitors is €32, which is about $37.46. The Arc de Triomphe is a monument that honors those who fought and died for France. The cost to climb the 284 steps to the top is €22. When you reach the top, you have a view of the 12 grand avenues originating out from the arch. It is also called the site of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers, where the eternal flame is rekindled every evening at 6:30 p.m. The Notre Dame Cathedral is a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture built in the 12th century. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site with the coronation of Napoleon Bonaparte and the beautification of Joan of Arc. It is associated with the literature called Hunchback of Notre Dame. There is the Place de la Concorde, which is the largest public square. Here you can find a 3,000-year-old Egyptian obelisk. This is also where the executions of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette took place during the French Revolution. If you have time after cruising the river, you can visit these buildings since they were all close together. And as you drive around the city, you will notice how the buildings pretty much look alike. This is because one man, Baron Haussmann, decided everything had to match. They have the same cream-colored buildings, almost always have 6 floors, gray zinc roofs, and fancy black lace-like balconies. The most beautiful avenue in the world is the Avenue Champs-Élysées. It is 1.9 kilometers long and is known for its luxury shops and cafes. The annual bike race event called Tour de France finishes here. The place is famous for luxury brand name stores such as Louis Vuitton, Sephora, Dior, and many more. This is a nice place for high-end shopping. Paris is worth visiting again for a second time. We just barely scraped the surface. I have seen more history in the 2 hours I was on the boat than I did in 4 years of high school. There are more cathedrals, castles, and museums, boulangerie, delicious cuisine, and more. But when you come, make sure you bring comfortable shoes to wear. There are a lot of walking to do. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this cruise through the heart of France, hit the like button and subscribe also. I'll see you on the next video.